All right, these last ones are those big word problems that are going to come up just like we saw in all the regular tests and all the regular quizzes. It's going to come up on the final as well. There's going to be a couple. So we've got profit in this conversation where X is the price of a necklace and Y is the daily profit. So just quickly imagine, actually, let's use the beautiful line tool that we have so we don't have to make it look like ugly lines. Let's imagine that it's telling us that X is the price of the necklace and Y is the profit. And then it gives us this quadratic with a negative value at the front. So if you can envision, we've got some sort of an upside down parabola where these two zeros represent zero profit. And this maximum is the maximum profit, also known as our vertex. So if we were given this format already in vertex form, we can see that the maximum profit is going to be right here at 315. And what does that mean? It means 3 necklaces earn $15 in profit. Okay, find and interpret the zeros of the function. So what values are these down here? So you could take this and graph this in Desmos and see where it touches, but it may or may not land right on a nice integer for you, on a nice whole number. So let's go ahead and do the math where we take this and actually multiply it out. So P of X, and then stretch out those factors of x minus 3, and let's multiply those. So x times x times negative 3 times x, negative times negative equals 9. That gives us x squared minus 6x plus 9. That's a perfect square trinomial. Now we're going to distribute the negative 5 to everything. And then we need to add that 15 at the very back. Now we can try taking this and factoring it. Now that this is in standard form for P of X, we can try factoring it. Factoring would mean a 5 comes out, and then negative 30 is at the back. I'm sorry, we take a 5 out of that as well. And a negative 6 is at the back. All right, what times what equals negative 6 and adds up to 6? 1 times 6 wouldn't work. 2 times 3 wouldn't work. It is not factorable. So if it's not able to be factored, we're not going to get any whole number integers. We're going to get some radical or decimal answers. So we've got to use the formula or completing the square. So I'm going to go formula. All right. So A is 5, B is 30, and C is negative 30. X equals negative B plus or minus square root B squared minus 4 times negative 5 times C of negative 30 all over 2 times negative 5. So we get negative 30 plus or minus square root of 900. And then 20 times 30, grab a calculator and do that real quick, is minus 600. So let's go see how that radical is going to simplify. So negative 30 over negative 10 plus or minus root 300 over negative 10. So let's break down the root 300, and that's going to be root 100 times root 3, or 10 root 3. So this final simplified is x equals 3, because 30 divided by 10, plus or minus 10 root 3 over negative 10, so it's just root 3. Now look at that whole formula craziness. And we could have done complete the square, but there's a coefficient greater than 1 there, so it wouldn't have been as easy as our normal complete the squares, but keep it in mind. What we just found are 2 real roots. So 3 plus root 3 is a 0 where there is no profit. 3 plus root 3. And 3 minus root 3 is a 0 where there is also no profit. So to interpret these zeros, we would say the zeros of 3 plus or minus root 3 is where there is no profit, aka 0 profit. Okay, the second one gives us this equation. It's talking about a candy store, the price per pound to maximize profit. Again, it's an upside down parabola with a vertex that's given to us because it's in vertex form. So I can see right off the bat a vertex staring at me. It's at positive 2, 140. Remember, we changed the value of the x value to positive. All right, x is the price of a pound of candy in dollars. At what price will the company receive its maximum profit? So again, kind of picture here that you've got this graph of x and y. X is the price per pound of the candy, and then we've got profit again on the y. So picture out 2 and up 140 is your maximum, and then you've got this parabola that's going down from there. So how much profit will the company earn? At what price will they receive maximum? So you would say they would receive maximum profit at 2, and the profit would be 140. And it's X is the price of the pound of candy in dollars. So $2. At what price did the company receive a maximum profit? It's $2. And then how much profit would they earn? 140. The profit from selling local theater tickets depends on the ticket price. What profit can be modeled from this? Where X is the price of each ticket. What ticket price would yield the maximum? So they want us to get this into vertex form. or at least calculate a vertex. It doesn't need to be in vertex form. We just want to calculate a vertex. So you guys know 3 ways to calculate a vertex. You guys know how to factor it and average the roots. You guys know how to do baby vertex formula, and you know how to complete the square in order to put it in vertex form. I would just do the straight up baby formula. So A is negative 15. B is 600. And C is 60. And we just need A and B to plug into this little formula. So negative 600 over 2 times negative 15 comes out to 600 over 30, which is just 20. That's your x value of the vertex. Now we have to plug into the equation to get the y value, or the output. So we're plugging in 20 for x to see what we get for y. So it's negative 15 times 400, because we do the exponent before the multiply. So remember to do the 20 squared first. And then 600 times 20, that's 12 with 3 zeros, plus 60. This is going to be negative 60 with 2 zeros, plus 12,000, plus 60. That works out to 6,000 plus 60. So that works out to $6,060. That's your profit at 20. So x equals 20, y, or output, equals 60, 60. What ticket price would yield the maximum profit? So a ticket price of 20 would yield the maximum profit of 60, 60. And so the vertex is a maximum in this case because it's a negative 15x squared, or an upside down parabola, where that maximum is 20, 60, 60.